I feel a little lucky because 8 years ago, about this time, I was making friends with bunch of wine. Let me show you the picture. Bunch of wine machine, and the surprise uninvited guest, half of the size of my finger, my friend. So this is me in my hospital bed in April 2017. And the cute little lump on the right, you see it on the right, is the blood clot on my brain. I have pain in countless times because it created an unforgettable milestone in my life. 6 months after leaving the hospital bed and doing the physiotherapy, I told my wife that I wanted to walk 1,250 miles across my whole life in Vietnam. And everyone, family member, relative, colleague, even the teammates, trying to stop me. Because everyone thought that was impossible because I was 61 years old back then. 7 years ago. I'm 68 now. I started this business when I was 2. And I want to very briefly introduce my wife. She sent me. This is the mother of 4 and the grandma of 5. To become Asian someday. But my friend, a great journal always needs a great destination. So you must have a goal to aim for. You must have the goal is big enough to pull you out of the bed early every morning to motivate you to act when you are tired. If no one has ever called you crazy, it means that your dream is not big enough. You can remember that. Okay, the next one. My 1,250 miles. Can you imagine you can walk from Salt Lake City this morning? Not Brian, but someone. Just walk from here to Chicago. And you walk from here to San Diego or San Francisco. Walk. We can do it, but I think that yesterday I'm asking what to be taught to walk to Texas. Right? So my 1,250 miles goal is not just a number. It's the image of me, a 61 years old who just had a stroke, searching for the happiness and suffering on the road from the north to the south of my homeland country. Vietnam, meeting strangers, setting foot on the lands that I've never been, only seen on the screen, tasting flavor that I have only heard about. This is the inspirational story that I will tell my children and my grandchildren. So what is your 1,250 miles? So maybe it's the opportunity that to stand on the stage like me to share and inspire others. Or to take a minute, close your eyes and clearly visualize your destination. Paint it in the brightest color. Feel it with your all senses. That destination, that 1,250 miles, where it must be truly yours, must come from deep within your heart. It is the lighthouse that guides you through the dark and the reason you start. I have to confess this to you. I have never walked 1,250 miles. No, before that, can you imagine? I never walked more than 2 miles in my life. But I never walked 1,250 miles. But I only walked about 20 miles and repeat it for 60 days. You see, 1,250 miles is a terrible number for a 61 years old who has just had a stroke. But 20 miles every day is completely within reach, right? And seeing that I'm 61 years old and just had a stroke, I break it down even further. Every morning when I wake up, I don't think about 20 miles a day. I only think about next 10 miles in the morning. That every morning, just 10 miles before we have lunch. And then after that, another 10 miles in the afternoon. And my task in the morning is simply to complete that 10 miles. After lunch and the break, my task in the afternoon is to complete another 10 miles before we have dinner. Just like that, day by day, one set after another, morning, then afternoon, then the day is over, then the week is over, the month is over, and then one day I look up and I see myself standing at the destination. That's the stage of the NUSKIN convention in Vietnam. Making a product sales, gaining a new title, getting new customers are 1,250. Yesterday you heard Justin Kiesel talking about 1 million families. Break it down. Okay, 1 million seems a lot, but I don't think so. I think it's very doable if we break it down. The distance of 20 miles a day is your weekly and monthly goal. How many people will you share your business opportunity with this week? 5 or 10, right? How many new distributors or customers will you have on your team this month? Maybe 1, maybe 2, maybe 20, maybe 100. What are your personal product sales this month? Such specific, measurable numbers. The 10-mile distance each day is what you need to do every day. How many phone calls would you make today? 10 maybe? How many minutes will you spend learning about the product? Maybe 30 minutes? How many team members will you talk to and motivate? How many one-on-one or two-on-one will you do? This is where many people fail. They have big goals, but they don't have a daily action plan. They wait for inspiration. They wait for the miracle to happen. But my friends, success doesn't come from miracle. Success comes from boring discipline and dedication repeated every day. I don't always want to put on my shoes and go to work every morning. No. Some morning is pouring rain. Some morning I woke up with sore feet, and I knew that my mission on that day is 20 miles. And to complete it, I only have to do one thing: put one shoe, put on my shoe, and take the first step out of the door. The same goes for business. You don't always want to pick up the phone to call a potential customer on our side. You are afraid of rejection. You don't always have the energy to organize the group sharing section. You are tired. But remember, that's your 20 miles that day. Just do it. Maybe you can post a message, post on Facebook, make a phone call, or open the Zoom, complete your 10 miles in the morning. Then 10 miles in the afternoon. The power of accumulation is extremely terrible. About 20 miles a day, it doesn't sound like much. But 60 days later, that's 1,250 miles. You make 10 phone calls a day. You have 300 calls a month. You have more than 100,000 calls a year. With 100,000 calls and share your story, will success come to you? Of course, right? It is no longer chasing success, but you are wanting success. I think even this is another universe, you will bring it back. Stop obsessing about 1,250 miles. Focus on completing 20 miles today. So that is the secret of turning the impossible into possible. You think a 61-year-old person who just had a stroke and dare to walk 1,250 miles must be very strong and tough, right? Sorry, but I don't think you are wrong. But I don't think so. You are wrong. To be very honest, I'm tough and strong. If for 60 days, 8 hours a day, the only thing I did was to bow my head to the ground, count my steps, and only think about the fatigue in my life and the far away destination, then that would be hell. That would be a terrible torture. And I was sure I would have given up on the third day. But I didn't turn this trip into the most amazing. But what I did is I turned that trip into the amazing adventure of my life. I found joy in my step. When I walked, I didn't just walk. I looked, I listened, I felt. I found joy in my beautiful scenery. I saw the brilliant sunrise for 60 days, but each time was different in the land, in the mountain, on the coast. I walked through the rice field that changed the color from the north to the south of Vietnam. I crossed the red basil dirt road in central Highland. I walked along the pristine sandy beaches, a place where no tourists ever set foot. This beautiful scene is a gift, a little word for my effort. It made me forget my fatigue and eagerly looking forward to see what miracles I will see tomorrow. I find joy in food and culture. Every land I pass through, I reward myself with special dishes. It is not just food, it's a culture and quintessence of the land. I talk to the local people, listen to their stories about their village, about their life. Each encounter is a lesson. And most importantly, I find joy in overcoming myself. There will be times when my legs are tired, sweat and soaked. My muscles feel like that they are about to go on strike. I have blisters all over the place. I have over the middle. When I see the blister, I just pop. To the point there's no space for blister anymore. So it's not easy. Same thing with this business. You know, sometimes that you, because like the story I just tell you, instead of focusing on the pain, I divert my thought to many other things. If it's not physical pain, it could be the reason I started, or the pride of finishing the journey and telling it like I'm standing here telling you. And sometimes it is not the big thing, it's the magic taste of the dish that was on an interesting detail of the conversation during the break. Sometimes even slightly listening to my own breath. Overcoming that fatigue is a small victory, and each small victory gives me joy, the confidence to continue. Our work has everything, very tiring moment. Our work with this business. The other half, rejection, right? Multi-level marketing. I hate MLM. All people tell you all the time. I won't do it. The product is too expensive. Those are times when the distributor in your team give up. Those are the times that when you stagnate. Those are the times when you feel lonely, doubting yourself. Those are your tire legs. And keep those times. Don't focus on the pain. You find joy in your journey. So what is your beautiful scenery? What are your delicious dishes? Is it the joy of seeing the customer use the product effectively and send your thank you note? Is it the bright smile of your team member having success in their business and qualifying for the successor? Is it the moment that you stand on the small stage to honor an outstanding members of yours? Knowing how to celebrate those small victories. Don't wait until you have achieved 1,250 miles to celebrate. Celebrate it every day and in everything you do. And winning yourself. Every time you welcome your field and your fear to pick up the phone and call your stranger. That is a victory. Every time you get up, you get a rejection, but smile to say thank you for listening. That's a victory. Every time you finish the presentation, that's a victory. Every time you finish the demo and sell the product, it's a victory. Take note and be proud of the victories. These small joys will nourish your head well, help you go through the most difficult stage. If you learn to love your journey, love what you do every day, then success is no longer the destination. Success is your journey, and you are on. So, we are in October now, right? And in about 60 days, we will welcome Mr. Mayo. She joined in NUSKIN in 2009, attended the convention, the launching the H-Lock, the TR90 Lumis Bar. I think this is the most important convention in our NUSKIN career. Why? Because we are about to own the device that will completely change the rule of the game in the personal care industry. This device allows us to no longer be shy and hesitant when thinking about your next teammate. Your goal is no longer be a small 1,250 miles, but will be hundreds and thousands, if not millions. And I believe that with any number you have in mind, as long as you list out the things that you do every day and you find joy in each task, everything will come true. On the way to work, focus on the way, not on the work. And it seems that NUSKIN is pampering us too well, because they have even given the Google Map to set up our own journey to achieve our goal. That is the strategy. You heard about the power of three? Yeah. About it.
Woo, 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 woo.
The doable model, which many have had success with this, is a quite simple thing that you do every month. Sponsor 3 new VA and support them to start a business step by step. Very clear. This is both the formula for you to break down your goal into work volume and the tool to track result every day, every week, every month. Once again, on the way to work, focus on the way, not on the work. This is not only how I completed the 1,250 miles walk, but I also, and many others, leaders in NUSKIN have great achievement. We are honored and happy that you will achieve the same and even greater result in your journey. We'll see you in the Honest Day of Convention in 2026 in Japan.
Woo! Japan!
So talking about the goal that we have, yesterday I heard Justin mention about the 1 million subscribers. What do you think about that number? I think, no, we don't want to say small. Hey, any Vietnamese in my team here?
Yeah! Yes, 1 million. 1 M.
We have our upline here. Okay, we take it. We get 1 million.
1 M.
And save the rest for Chinese. Want to take
1
million?
M. Yeah.
How about Korean?
Yeah! Give me bigger!
How about OTC? OTC, you take about 5 million, right? Break it down. I think they're very doable if we have the right tool, right part. So, but can you raise that 1 million? Yeah. Ask your permission. We take 5. I will take. We take 1 million. Now Vietnamese food. Yeah.
1 million, okay, 1 million.
Please welcome to the stage Diamond Director Donika